Alright YouTube, so here's part 3 of the Evinrude outboard motor project. So the motor's all done for the most part. Everything's good. I do want to replace that seal around the edge of the cover, but I got the fuel line hooked up. I just got this shit online. It's like wave runner and jet ski fuel line kind of stuff, but primer's there. This was all stiff and seized up when I got the boat, and I figured, well, I'll just throw a new one on, but it winded up getting softer as we got some gas through it, so I might still replace it because I don't know how great those check valves are in there, but it seemed to be working. The primer bulb was getting hard and stuff. There's no gas in the tank right now. It's just running off an auxiliary tank with a gas can, but before I put gas in, I want to change the water and fuel separator in there because I don't want to run anything through there, but it's probably not a bad idea to put a new one either way. I might get two on that because this is my own dumb fault, but I realized I didn't think of anything of, you notice how it's all wet in here? Well, I left the gas cap off and I'm like, shit. So it probably got a little bit of water down inside the tank, but luckily it only drizzled at the time when I left the gas cap off. So there shouldn't be, if there's any water in there, it shouldn't be very much. So as long as that's that canister down here. By the way, I don't know if I explained this, but I'm testing out a new camera here. What the fuck? Why is there trains coming? Seriously, like, it's not very often to hear trains come by, but whenever I take a video, a train goes by. It's like, what the hell? It's like, what? Oh my god. Anyways, so there's the old water fuel separator. I know it's a mess in here. It's gonna clean up before I went in and it started downpouring, so I'm like, shit. Running away. So, but yeah, I even spilled the connectors and stuff. I have them underneath the windshield. I picked them up. But I did get the bilge pump to work. The bilge pump wasn't working. Some wires rigged up. It looked like looks like an old power strip thing that was cut up and put in there. But I ran some nice new wires. They're blue. They match the interior, and I have it zip tied up onto the harness that goes back to the motor, and just tuck that all up and make that look good, like back there and stuff. I'm just gonna shove the wires back because I didn't really accurately measure them too much, but I'll just zip tie that up and just have it hanging up here so you don't see it. But what I do is I have it hooked inside the control box there, so yeah, so the bilge pump works and everything. The bilge pump doesn't have an automatic float thing, so if it were to rain in this boat or something like that while the boat's docked, the bilge pump wouldn't kick in anyways. It doesn't have one equipped to it. It was a replacement bilge pump. I don't remember if the original bilge pump did have it or not, but we replaced that one years ago when my grandfather first got this boat. But anyways, so as of now, I'm not too worried about that, but so what I just did is I figured, since there's only a toggle switch on here, like there's auto, which keeps it on. Like so, I turn the key, and man, and auto. Guess I gotta have the thing turned on. And there's a little bit of water in the boat from the rain, so. So that works. Then I switch it over to man and it works too, like manual. So that's just a push drain it out by hand. This is automatic if the water gets too high in the boat. But like I said, it doesn't have that. So what I just did is, so you don't accidentally flip this and leave it on, because instead of hooking it directly up to the battery, like to a permanent power source, I just hooked it up to the key switch, so that way if you were to bump this, it won't run 24/7 and run the battery dead. So that way it's running. The only problem is, I even thought about that, I'm like, a lot of boats, if they sit in the harbor or the marina without the cover on it, because this boat will be sitting in the water while we're not up there and stuff like that. So if they fill up with water too much, then the boats could start to sink. because you get too much weight on it. I think it'll be fine. I don't think you're going to get more than a foot of rain, because if it gets over a foot of rain, the water will actually come up to the surface here, because there is an area down below here, so it gets up to more than a foot. The whole boat will have so much water in it that'll be up to here. It'll still float even with the foot, but you just don't want to get up past there or anything. But yeah, just gonna put the battery in. I'm gonna clean all this shit out. There's a cover in here. I'm gonna pressure wash that. Maybe I gotta see if you can get a better one. But this is the cover that we have. I think there's a few holes in it that need to be repaired. I haven't really looked at it yet, but here's a container. Ooh, here's the plug. I was looking for that. There's the plug for the back of the boat that sticks in there. I gotta clean the corrosion stuff out of it in there. Last time it was used, it was in salt water, and we never even flushed the motor. I mean, I did now, but there's the anchor and stuff. I'm gonna get a new rope. That rope looks like it's gonna not hold the boat back. But yeah. So I guess so far I'm just about done. Oh, I gotta get this the navigation lights up, working on the front. If you don't have them, you can't. I don't even think you can get them registered. I don't know what the laws are for New York, because it's going up to New York. I'm in PA here, but I think those got to work. We were probably only going to take it out in the daytime either way, but I still got to get those to work probably. So take that apart. If not, I just gotta. First comes to worst, the wires are bad or the bulbs are bad. I think if the worst thing that could possibly be is the wires are bad, I just take the old wires, strap on the new ones, and usually wires don't go bad. Sometimes it's just connections on the end. I just need to reconnect it, but just strap them on and pull through some new wires. I don't like to say the wires go bad, but I've seen some of the ones on here, and they actually did go bad. So like down inside there, they were so badly rusted out in this control panel that I didn't know if I could save some. I couldn't cut far enough off that I could cut off that wasn't corroded. That's how bad it was. So, yeah, well, the tack doesn't really work that much. It does work a little bit, so it goes up to like $1,000 at like full throttle. But but I got a new camera here that I'm trying to use. I'm trying to use my new phone, but not sure how well it's gonna turn out. So I really don't honestly know. I'm just doing this as a test video. But I'm not too worried about that working either or not. I'll take a look at that and see where it hooks up to the motor, because I'm really not even sure where the RPM cable hooks up to this motor. Haven't looked at that yet either. But we'll do that and stuff and see if we can get it to work. I'll figure out what's wrong with it. Other than that, it's not a big deal. It doesn't really need to work. Neither does the speed, how fast you're going, because we'll be using a GPS to get out there either way, and there's really no speed limit on this lake that it's going into, so you can go as fast as you want. But that's about it.